And, you've heard us talk a lot over the last couple of days about families being forced to evacuate their homes, but they're not alone. Several local businesses in East Palestine are in the evacuation zone, and they've been forced to close their doors for the foreseeable future. It's been 20 days since the train derailment in East Palestine, and efforts to correct the situation remain underway. Today, some major updates are expected to be announced. We saw extremely high winds Saturday. I was home at the time. I remember my apartment complex just shaking. Poles and power lines were swaying due to those big gusts of wind. It's called Contagious Collection because the inspiring message behind it is simply contagious. It seeks to raise awareness around mental health and suicide prevention through thought-provoking apparel and an open dialogue. I'm told everyone at the office decided to name him Wilson, but once they found out his real name was Tank, they began referring to him as just that, and he responded well. He clearly remembered his name, responded with a bunch of tail wags. I'm told he kept a positive attitude while at the pound and didn't let the kennel stress get to him. This morning, he's right back home where he belongs. Good morning, Anna. Brandon. Yes, in the race for Youngstown City Council, 2 incumbents were winners, and a third race is still too close to call. Functional neurologic disorder, also known as conversion disorder, is described by the Mayo Clinic as nervous system symptoms that can't be described by a neurological disease or other medical condition. Some prominent figures will be in East Palestine today discussing concerns about the train derailment. I'll have those details coming up. Attention coffee lovers, a new franchise will soon be perking up right here in the Valley. Millions of dollars now on the way to Pennsylvania following the train derailment in East Palestine. Good morning and thank you for waking up with us. I'm Samantha Bender. Adam, even though spring is just 2 days away, it's feeling more like winter. And I'm Samantha Bender. Much warmer temperatures to kick off our work week. Will we see calmer weather than what we saw over the weekend? We now know who will be entertaining fans this Labor Day weekend at the Canfield Fair. Yesterday, the Fair Board unveiled their list of grandstand acts for the 177th edition of the fair. Good afternoon, I'm Samantha Bender. Today, President Joe Biden officially announced his candidacy for President of the United States in the 2024 presidential election. Good morning, I'm Samantha Bender. We begin this morning with breaking news. Youngstown police confirm a 15-year-old girl is dead after a shooting overnight. Good afternoon, I'm Samantha Bender. We begin with a major developing case right now out of Trumbull County where a man is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Brookfield. A Girard man is in critical condition this morning after an armed robbery turned standoff last night. New at noon, Cavelli Enterprises is brewing with excitement, and so am I. Here's a little hint over a new franchise deal. More than 1,000 children will have presents to open on Christmas thanks to the Warren Family Mission's annual toy distribution. Whenever things get chaotic or crazy in my life, when I check, Mercury is in fact in retrograde. That does it for WKBN 27 First News at noon. Thanks for making Channel 27 your choice for news. Have a great day. It was an emotional day for friends and family as they gathered to celebrate the life of Amaya Montserrat. I'm told she's remembered for being a bright light and now forever 15.
I still think I'm going to wake up, and it's just not true.
That was Amaya's grandmother still trying to make sense of her death. Della Hyman tells me she was heartbroken after learning her granddaughter had been shot and killed after a fight broke out at a birthday party in Youngstown nearly 2 weeks ago.
She was my second born grandchild, and she was loved from the second she came out because she was so different, and she paved her own way.
Amaya is described by family as a natural-born leader.
She was a wonderful student, an honor student, a head cheerleader, did everything the right way.
Her godsister, Anaya Parker, tells me she was the kindest person who did not deserve her tragic fate.
I just wish people would think about their actions before they do them. Some things aren't as serious as people think, and innocent people get hurt in the end.
Amaya's grandmother also making a plea to the community to solve their problems through more peaceful channels rather than senseless acts of violence.
Stop it. Stop that violence. Stop the shooting.
Reporting for WKBN 27 First News, I'm Samantha Bender. Class was canceled for students at Salem Junior Senior High School Tuesday morning. Police officers and firefighters were called to the school shortly before 8 a.m. after a bomb threat was called in to police.
I actually spoke to the caller on the phone. It was very concerning. The caller cut off the call, so we responded to the school and evacuated it immediately.
According to Salem Superintendent Sean Kirkland, all protocols were followed. Bomb-sniffing dogs were brought in to check the school, and students were taken across the street to First Christian Church, where they were released to their parents. Several other agencies were brought in to help, some of which including the FBI, Youngstown Bomb Squad, and Ohio Attorney General. There were originally 2 polling locations at the school, Precinct 15, Salem City 3B, and Precinct 16, Salem City 3C.
My guess is it had something to do with the fact that one of the precincts are here on location at the high school. But we won't be deterred. We have an issue on the ballot today, so hopefully the voters will come out, and we'll get back to the job of educating our kids tomorrow.
Voting was moved to the First Christian Church. The Columbiana County Board of Elections tells me though they did have to switch polling locations, they did it efficiently and they don't see it having too much of an impact on voting. Bryce Minor with the Columbiana County Board of Elections tells me they only lost about 30 minutes switching locations.
Voting has continued. We had a minimal disruption. We planned for events like this. We go through all of our preparedness, and the county, Salem officials, law enforcement did a fantastic job on the situation today.
In Salem, Samantha Bender, WKBN 27, First News.